Over 4,000 people vanish in the United States every year, leaving behind only unanswered questions and endless mysteries. The darkness that shrouds these disappearances often fuels our imagination, making the unexplained even more terrifying. Real horror stories have a way of seeping into our minds, lingering long after we've heard them. They can make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and the shadows in your room seem to grow longer. These stories aren't just mere fiction, they're events that actually happened, leaving a trail of confusion and fear in their wake. The concept of real horror stories is unsettling, to say the least. It's the thought that something so inexplicable and frightening can occur in our own world, often without any warning. The impact on one's psyche can be profound, making you question the very fabric of reality. These stories have a way of burrowing under your skin, staying with you long after you've heard them. One such story that has puzzled investigators and civilians alike is the mysterious disappearance of a young woman named Sarah. She was on a solo camping trip deep in the woods when she vanished, leaving behind only her tent and a cryptic note. The authorities launched a massive search operation, scouring the forest and interviewing potential witnesses. Despite their efforts, no signs of foul play or natural disaster were found, adding to the enigma. As investigators dug deeper, they discovered that Sarah had been receiving strange letters in the days leading up to her disappearance. The letters were cryptic, with no clear message or indication of who might have sent them. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a figure lurking around the campsite on the night of her disappearance, but when questioned further, their descriptions were inconsistent. The lack of concrete evidence only added to the eerie atmosphere surrounding Sarah's disappearance. The search for Sarah continued, with some speculating that she might have wandered off into the woods, disoriented and scared. Others believed that something sinister was at play, something that took her from the campsite in the dead of night. Theories abounded, but one thing was certain: Sarah's disappearance was a chilling reminder of the unknown. The woods, once a place of solace and tranquility, now seemed dark and foreboding. As the investigation continued, more disturbing details emerged. Sarah's phone records showed a flurry of activity on the night of her disappearance, with several calls made to an unknown number. The calls were short, lasting only a few seconds each, but they hinted at a larger, more complex story. The mystery deepened, with each new revelation adding to the sense of unease. The most gripping part of this story came when a fellow camper came forward, claiming to have seen Sarah walking into the woods, accompanied by an unseen figure. The camper described the figure as tall and imposing, with eyes that glowed in the dark. This testimony, combined with the strange letters and phone records, painted a picture of a sinister force at work. But, as with so many questions in this story, the truth remained elusive. In the end, Sarah's disappearance remained a mystery, a haunting reminder of the unknown forces that lurk just beyond our understanding. The story continues to send shivers down people's spines, a chilling example of the real horror that can unfold in the most unexpected ways. If you have any thoughts on this terrifying story, please share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your theories. Also, if you're a fan of horror stories, be sure to check out my other video, where I explore another real-life tale that will leave you sleeping with the lights on.